Good morning.
Good morning. We finally got relatively dry after a very cold and wet yesterday. But this is the story of coming to Sani. We managed to track this lodge down. It's just 1.2 kilometers away from the border post. But we were warmly hosted by Angus. I think the lady's name. And
Agnes, maybe.
Agnes, sorry. Yeah, we had a hot shower and even bring us a heater.
Yeah, so it was a welcome relief, like Philip said, after the
freezing conditions.
yes, cold and wet conditions. So today looks like a great day. Our bikes,
Beautiful day. Look at this.
and the border is just there's the border, right there,
Look at the
and
steam coming from the
roof, from the thatch roof. Yeah. So when we yesterday drove directly to Top Chalet,
Top Chalet there.
where the highest pub in Africa is, and we had a nice warm fire there going, and had a nice meal.
Meet up with previous travelers we met 3 days ago at the other end of Lesotho.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Going to be joined by Chris on his sidecar that he fixed onto his GS.
yeah,
So he'll be joining us going towards not Tawatseke, but in the direction of Tawatseke. Butabute, sorry.
Butabute. Yes, we're on our way that side of Lesotho, north again. Look at all the steam coming off the thatched roof there. Beautiful day. I think if we can do our breakfast, which is included in our stay here, and we can maybe make some good progress today. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we have our breakfast. No, Kitty. Ja. Ik weet niet of je mag niet. Morning. How are you? Good. This is Masoba Soba. Is it pronounced right?
Yes, Masoba Soba.
Okay, and here we've got Wi-Fi even. We come this side, and we're going to be served some breakfast today, and then we travel on. Thanks for the friendly hosting last night, and the heater helped, and the hot water shower we felt was great.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it's Agnes, huh?
Yes, and thank you.
All right. Ja, en hier is our friend, Koos. Lekker!
Hulle het nie 'n kamer gedeel nie.
Ons het.
Ja.
Hy is net bikes onder die aftakkies getrek.
Yeah, here on the highest point on the road here in Lesotho. Memorable place. We passed yesterday and it was wet and cold. It's only cold now. Yeah, and we meet up with old Koos, a character of note. We gave him a real run for his money with a 150. He said he never saw speed in this format. Koos?
And the bike doesn't stop.
And the guy, but the driver does. Terrible. Alright, and Tabanyana, the highest point in Southern Africa, is just 10 or 15 k's towards east from here. Nou, Karel.
Lekker.
Ben jij die leider?
Nee, nee, ik dacht, nee.
Ik is die leider.
Ach ja, voilà. Wow, nee. Dis ook omdat ek is hier opgeplak.
Yes, dit is nou mooi. Hierdie arend.
Alright, mannen.
Nice. Sweef so effortless, hè? Yes, dit is nou mooi.
Yeah, this is a small part of our route that we had to do a bit of backtracking, but to include the Sani top chalet was an absolute must. So this is also the first time that Koos joined us on his sidecar that he fixed onto his 1200, which gave an interesting new dimension to our ride towards Tabatseke, where we filled up just to make sure that we have enough fuel for a piece of road that we're not accustomed to, and we don't know if there's any places where we can fuel up. But
Yeah, okay. Just a quick fuel stop. Everybody's fuel up. Follow. Follow your new leader. The latest part of the Lesotho Highland Water Scheme is the Polyoli Dam, which they are currently busy building, and we are approaching a bridge that they're building to secure access for the rest of the country and make sure that when the water level rises, people can still travel freely between the north and south over the Polyoli Bridge. Okay. I think this guy's got an interesting view. There's little huts there. It's got a stream on this side coming down, and then on the other side. So yeah, Squiz and Spike, Philip, and just having a stop quickly. Look at the river, it's 2,490 meters. Philip?
Yes.
Say hello. Koos?
Die Engels gepraat.
Nee, you. Ons sal subtitles bysit.
Koos is 'n huursoldaat.
Ja. Lekker day. Don't have any rain so far. Don't know what we're gonna drive into, but yeah, currently stunning day. Still climbing up on our way to Afriski side.
We have to make a pivot decision here. Are we going to stick to the easy route, or are we going to take on the new information gathered by our friend Koos about the shortcut towards Lejone? 3 years ago, my brother and I attempted it from the western side, and we were eventually stopped by a storm water bridge that was highly in flood. But it was perhaps the most horrendous road you could imagine. Little did we know of the venture that would await us not far from here.
After driving in the wind and rain for quite a bit, we started to feel the temperature. It was quite cold at this stage, and Philip just turned off a bit off the main road now, and we're looking for some shelter.
Yeah, well, and also time for the grey matter to unfreeze so we can get our bearings again. Yeah, at this point we didn't know if the rain would stop, but eventually it gave us a break and off we went. With rider A and B that was soaking wet, so did our means of transport and get a bit of water from foreign places. Luckily, after a few seconds, the machine was running again like hot.
After we passed the mine and the village that's close to the mine, the roads took a turn for the worst. Even though we still didn't know what's ahead and what challenges we're gonna face, the roads already was quite bad. We had a river crossing that we could see that we needed to navigate, and while I'm doing this, I'm constantly thinking about our friend in the sidecar with his GS and the challenges he has to face as well. So ding is nou
Whenever you have to do a river crossing, the sensible thing is to take off your boots and walk it and pick a sensible line. But if a local presents himself in a 4x4 to do the dirty work for you, let him. And you must just then pick a line and keep to the line.
Met een al nat, maar dat is weer. Hey, kom. We gaan. Dat kan niet. Made it.
The day turned out a lot more adventurous than what we anticipated this morning. While we have to navigate all these obstacles, I think it's still important to take in your surroundings and just enjoy magnificent views around.
loose rocks and steep angles, your momentum and of course also the grip is of the utmost importance. Koos outclassed himself here, entering this little hill obstacle with quite remarkable riding skills. Only when I went up here that I see that the on-off road tires that we picked was a bit slippery for this hill, and I had to await help coming from Koos that already settled on top of the hill.
With a few bumps and bruises, as demonstrated by our friend Koos, we made it up to now.
Ja, terug, hier kom. Hier net, julle staan reg. Jy wil self nie 'n paadjie kry nie. Dit is self maar.
After a few very sketchy parts, this part of the journey, we thought it was plain sailing from here and we could just enjoy the beautiful views. Little did we know that our fortune would change in seconds.
So Philip het toe nou hierdie stylbult op
En hy klip het my hier. Ja,
ingegooi en hy toe nou hier
sy voet
kan aan beland. Sy voet gebreek. Waar is sy voet? Die ander
sy.
oor binne in die skoen.
Yeah. Yeah, after a very tight spot where my front wheel slipped on a rock, kicked me into this ditch, and I spent some very lonely moments in a very dark place with my means of transport on top of me and the indigenous people laughing at me. And then eventually, when they come closer, they wanted money. I felt very, very lonely. Luckily for me, my two fellow riders rocked up and saved the day for me and get me and my means of transport out of the ditch. And now all of a sudden the adventure changes from pure adventure to survival.
Yeah, Philip, it happens quite quickly. And now we have a problem with Philip's prosthesis. The leg broke. And now managing your motorcycle and, you know, up and down without any back brakes, which you already is limited to use, and it's very difficult to operate with just one working, functioning leg. Now our focus changed completely. We're in survival mode, seeing how we can get solutions and just make it safely to our overnight spot, which we haven't booked yet, and we still need to get to.
Yeah, we were not clear where we're going to sleep tonight, but we have to get out of this tight spot, which also complicated it. We were right in the middle of initiation school, where young boys are going for initiation, and they were really not in the mood to engage with tourists while they were performing their rituals. But the tight road forced us into one another's company, and which makes it a bit more difficult, but also very interesting.
Hello.
With me that has been incapacitated now, we were in limping mode, and Carl had the duty of first negotiate tight spots with his own bike, then come back to fetch my bike, and I have to trail with my crutches to catch up with the rest of the party.
With sharing this road with this group of young men, moving from village to village on this road, and singing to the locals, seeing the locals, cheering them on. It's always necessary to be respectful to other cultures, especially if it's not your country. Be mindful of it, and it was a unique experience to see them high up in the mountains and living out their customs.
First sightings of the Katse Dam was a very welcoming sight, and it was now time to reflect on a very, very eventful and adventurous day. Thank you so much for sharing in today's adventures. Please like, subscribe, and share.
We look forward to share more of our adventure and how we navigate out of our very tight spot. See you in the next episode.